Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln Wheat Pennies. We're revealing the top 10 ultra-rare Lincoln Wheat Pennies, exploring their history, and uncovering their astonishing values. If you're a coin collector or just curious about rare coins, this video is for you. 1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The 1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time of significant change in America. The Roaring Twenties were in full swing, with economic prosperity and cultural evolution shaping the nation. In the midst of this vibrant decade, the United States Mint produced over 74 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Brenner's design features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse with two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent in United States of America on the reverse. This classic design remained in circulation until 1958. Let's take a closer look at the 1923 edition. On the obverse, you'll find Lincoln's bust with the words "In God We Trust" arching above his head, liberty to the left, and the year 1923 to the right. The reverse side, as mentioned, features the iconic wheat ears, symbolizing the nation's agricultural heritage. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of any coin, and the 1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny is no exception. Coins can range from good to mint state with significant variations in value depending on their condition. Let's break down the grading criteria. In good condition, the coin is heavily worn, with major details visible but smooth. A fine grade shows moderate wear with some details still sharp. In very fine condition, moderate wear is evident, but finer details remain clear. An extremely fine coin has light wear on the highest points. In about uncirculated condition, only slight traces of wear can be seen. A mint state coin appears as it did when it was first minted, with no signs of wear. So what's the market value of a 1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny today? Prices can vary widely based on condition. As of now, a coin in good condition can fetch around $0.25 to $1. In fine condition, the value increases to approximately $1 to $5. A very fine coin might be worth between $5 and $10. For extremely fine, you're looking at $10 to $20. And about uncirculated penny can range from $20 to $50. And in mint state, these coins can command prices from $50 to over $200 depending on their exact grade and eye appeal. Collectors prize the 1923 Lincoln Wheat Penny for its historical significance and timeless design. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a novice collector, this coin is a valuable addition to any collection. 1939 Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, also known as the Wheat Cent, was minted from 1909 to 1958, designed by Victor David Brenner. These pennies feature Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1939 penny is particularly interesting for collectors due to its historical context and variations. Victor David Brenner, the designer of the Lincoln Wheat Penny, was an acclaimed sculptor and engraver. His design was chosen to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln Wheat Penny became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's likeness. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number of these coins, while the Denver and San Francisco Mints produced fewer, making them more sought after by collectors. Let's break down the mintages. Philadelphia approximately 316 million. Denver approximately 15 million. San Francisco approximately 52 million. While all 1939 pennies are collectible, those from Denver and San Francisco are generally more valuable due to their lower mintage numbers. Now let's talk about the coin's condition. The value of a 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny greatly depends on its condition or grade. Coins can range from good G4 to mint state Mississippi 65 and above. Higher grade coins with more details and less wear are worth significantly more. Here's a quick guide to grading. Good G4 heavy wear, design is faint but visible. Fine F12 moderate wear, major details are clear. Extremely fine EF40 light wear, all details are sharp. About uncirculated AU50, very slight wear on the highest points. Mint state Mississippi 60 to MS 65, no wear, may have some luster and minor blemishes. A 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny in good condition might be worth around 10 to 20 cents, while one in mint state can fetch $10 or more, depending on the mint mark and overall eye appeal. 1954 Wheat Penny. Let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a weight of 3.11 grams. The obverse features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the 2 wheat ears and the inscriptions 1 cent in United States of America. The mint mark, if present, can be found below the date. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number of these pennies, followed by Denver and then San Francisco. The total mintage for the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny reached over 331 million, making it a common coin in circulation. Now let's talk about the importance of coin grading when determining the value of your 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The condition of the coin plays a crucial role, with grades ranging from poor P1 to mint state MS70. Factors such as wear, luster, and strike quality are considered during the grading process. Coins in higher grades, especially those with minimal wear and sharp details, are more valuable to collectors. The value of a 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny can vary significantly based on its condition and mint mark. In general, circulated coins in average condition are worth around 3 to 10 cents. However, uncirculated coins with high grades can fetch much higher prices. For instance, a 1954 penny in MS65 condition could be valued at around $10 to $15, while a 1954 S penny in the same condition might be worth $15 to $20. Proof versions of the 1954 penny can be even more valuable, often ranging from $30 to $50 or more, depending on the grade. Here are a few tips for collectors looking to add the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny to their collection. First, always examine the coin's condition and look for any unique features or errors that might increase its value. Second, consider having your coin professionally graded to ensure an accurate assessment of its condition. Finally, store your coins properly to prevent damage and maintain their value over time. 1953 Wheat Penny. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. Over 700 million pennies were produced in Philadelphia, around 250 million in Denver, and about 181 million in San Francisco. So how does this affect the value of these coins today? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the design. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find 2 wheat stalks, which is why it's often called the Wheat Penny. This design was chosen to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth and has become a staple in American numismatics. Presenter, now let's discuss the condition and value. The value of a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny can vary significantly based on its condition. Here are some general guidelines. Good G4 in this condition, the coin shows heavy wear, but the main features are still visible. A 1953 penny in good condition might be worth around 3 to 10 cents. Very fine VF20 coins in very fine condition show moderate wear, but all major details are clear. These can be worth around 20 to 50 cents. Extremely fine EF40 and extremely fine penny has only minor wear on the high points. These coins might fetch around $1 to $3. Uncirculated MS60 uncirculated coins show no wear and have full mint luster. The value for these can range from $5 to $25 or more, depending on the exact grade and mint mark. For collectors, the mint mark plays a crucial role in determining value. Here's a quick rundown. No mint mark Philadelphia, generally these are the most common and can be found easily. D mint mark Denver, slightly more valuable than the Philadelphia mint, but still quite common. S mint mark San Francisco, these tend to be the most sought after from the 1953 series, particularly in higher grades. Another aspect to consider is errors and varieties. Some 1953 pennies have known errors like double die obverses or repunched mint marks, which can significantly increase their value. Always keep an eye out for these unique characteristics when evaluating your coins. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time of great change and growth in the United States. Post-World War II America was booming and pennies were a staple in everyday transactions. This coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, we see the classic wheat ears design, symbolizing abundance and prosperity. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced a different number of these pennies, which affects their rarity and value. Philadelphia Mint No Mint Mark 186,775,000 coins. Denver Mint D 746,130,000 coins. San Francisco Mint S 137,800,004 coins. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, the value of the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The value of these pennies can vary widely based on their condition and mint mark. Good G4 $0.050.10. Very fine VF20 $0.200.50. Extremely fine EF40 $0.50 $1.00. Uncirculated MS61 $0.003.00. Brilliant uncirculated MS65 $5.00 $15.00. Of course, these values can fluctuate based on the coin market and demand. Rare errors and varieties such as double dies or repunched mint marks can significantly increase a coin's value. 1946 Wheat Penny. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a beloved coin among collectors, not just for its age, but for the historical context it represents. Minted just after World War II, this penny is a piece of American history. In 1946, America was transitioning from wartime to peacetime. The economy was booming, and so was coin production. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, designed by Victor D. Brenner and first minted in 1909, continued to be a staple of American currency. Let's talk specifics. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown. Philadelphia, no mint mark, over 991 million pennies minted. Denver, D mint mark, about 315 million pennies minted. San Francisco, S mint mark, around 198 million pennies minted. Despite these large numbers, condition and rarity still play a significant role in their value. The design of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny is iconic. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features 2 wheat stalks framing the denomination and the words E pluribus unum, these wheat ears, give the coin its popular name, the Wheat Penny. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for: the value of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The value can vary widely based on its condition and mint mark. Here's a quick guide. 1935 Wheat Penny. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a significant period in American history. The coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been in circulation since 1909. The reverse side showcases the classic wheat ears, symbolizing the nation's agricultural heritage. In 1935, the United States was in the midst of the Great Depression. Franklin D. Roosevelt was president, and his New Deal policies were in full swing, aimed at revitalizing the economy. Despite the economic challenges, the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints produced millions of these pennies. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number of 1935 pennies, with a mintage of over 245 million. The Denver Mint followed with approximately 47 million coins, and the San Francisco Mint produced around 38 million. You can identify where your penny was minted by looking for a small letter under the date on the obverse side. No letter means it's from Philadelphia, a D indicates Denver, and an S signifies San Francisco. When it comes to value, the condition of your 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny is crucial. Coin grading ranges from good G4 to mint state MS65 and higher. Let's break down the values. Good G4 1935 penny in good condition may be worth around $0.10 to $0.20. Very fine VF20 in very fine condition, it can fetch between $0.50 and $1. Extremely fine EF40 and extremely fine penny can be valued at around $1.50 to $3. Uncirculated Mississippi 60 to MS65 uncirculated coins, which show no signs of wear, can range from $10 to over $30 depending on their mint state. Keep an eye out for rare variations and errors such as double die obverse or repunched mint marks. These can significantly increase the coin's value. If you're looking to add a 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny to your collection, here are a few tips. Check auctions and dealers. Reputable coin dealers and online auctions are great places to find these coins. Inspect carefully. Ensure you inspect the coin carefully or get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and condition. Storage. Proper storage is essential to maintain the coin's condition. Use coin holders or albums to protect it from damage. 1945 Wheat Penny. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a significant period in American history right at the end of World War II. This penny, like all wheat pennies, features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse side of the coin showcases 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent in United States of America with the Latin motto E pluribus unum at the top. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, making the wheat penny one of the most recognizable and beloved coins among collectors. In 1945, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1 billion pennies, the Denver Mint produced around 266 million, and the San Francisco Mint produced about 181 million. You can identify where your 1945 penny was minted by looking for the mint mark just below the date on the obverse side. If there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. AD indicates Denver, and an S signifies San Francisco. Now let's talk about the value. The worth of a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny varies based on its condition and mint mark. Common circulated pennies can be worth anywhere from 3 to 10 cents. However, those in better condition, such as those graded as fine or extra fine, can fetch around 25 to 50 cents. Uncirculated or mint state pennies, especially those with higher grades, can be quite valuable. A 1945 penny in mint state MS63 can be worth around $2 to $5. However, rare varieties or coins with unique errors can command much higher prices. Speaking of errors, some 1945 Lincoln wheat pennies have notable mistakes that increase their value. Look out for double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. These errors can significantly boost the coin's worth, with some fetching hundreds of dollars at auctions. 1958 wheat penny. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during a fascinating era in American history. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, the space race was heating up, and Elvis Presley was taking the world by storm. This penny, though small, captures a piece of that vibrant history. The design of the Lincoln wheat penny was created by Victor David Brenner, a renowned sculptor. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. Now let's take a closer look at the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny. The obverse showcases Lincoln's iconic profile. Along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust Liberty" in the year 1958, the reverse features the classic wheat stalks, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage, along with the inscriptions "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum." In 1958, over 800 million Lincoln wheat pennies were produced across 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint struck the majority with no mint mark, while the Denver mint used a D mint mark. Interestingly, no pennies were minted in San Francisco that year. Collectors are particularly interested in the condition of these coins. A well-preserved 1958 Lincoln wheat penny can be a valuable addition to any collection. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better condition. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been used as currency, are the most sought after. So what is a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny worth? In average circulated condition, these pennies are worth around 3 to 10 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, values can range from $2 to $12 or more. Proof coins, specially made for collectors with a mirror-like finish, can be worth significantly more. Proof coins from 1958 were struck in Philadelphia and are highly prized by collectors. These coins were produced with extra care, resulting in a higher quality finish and sharper details. A proof 1958 Lincoln wheat penny can fetch anywhere from $30 to $200, depending on its condition. The year 1949 was a time of recovery and growth for the United States. The country was adjusting to post-war life, and the economy was booming. Amidst this backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued its production of the iconic Lincoln wheat penny, a staple in American currency since 1909. On the obverse side of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, symbolizing the enduring legacy of the 16th president. The reverse side features 2 wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent and the inscription "United States of America." This classic design is why these coins are commonly referred to as wheat pennies. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, located below the date on the obverse side, indicates where the coin was produced. Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco pennies are marked with a D and S respectively. Here's a quick look at the mintage numbers for the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. Philadelphia approximately 217 million. Denver approximately 153 million. San Francisco approximately 64 million. These numbers give us a sense of the coin's availability and potential rarity. The value of a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny varies significantly based on its condition. Coins in good condition might be worth a few cents, while those in mint state or uncirculated condition can fetch higher prices. Factors such as luster, strike quality, and the presence of any errors or unique features also play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Speaking of errors, keep an eye out for any anomalies on your 1949 wheat pennies. Errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes can significantly increase a coin's value. These rare finds are often sought after by collectors and can command premium prices. 1924 wheat penny. The 1924 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Let's break down each variant and their unique aspects. The 1924 Philadelphia mint penny, with no mint mark, had a mintage of over 75 million coins. Despite its high mintage, finding one in pristine condition can be a challenge due to circulation wear. The 1924 D, minted in Denver, had a significantly lower mintage of about 2.5 million. These are rarer and more sought after by collectors, especially in higher grades. The 1924 S from San Francisco saw a mintage of around 11 million. Similar to the Denver Mint, higher grade examples are quite valuable due to the lower mintage. Now let's talk about the design. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse showcases two wheat ears, hence the name wheat penny and the words 1 cent in United States of America. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be found on some of the earlier 1909 issues, but not on the 1924 versions. The initials question, what's the value of a 1920, but in a much smaller font? The value varies significantly based on the mint and the coin's condition. For the 1924 Philadelphia mint penny, values range from around 50 cents in good condition to about $30 in mint state. The 1924 D can fetch between $20 in good condition to over $1,000 in mint state. Finally, the 1924 S ranges from $1 in good condition to several $100s in mint state. 1928 wheat penny. The 1928 Lincoln wheat penny is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Minted during a period of economic prosperity just before the onset of the Great Depression, this coin holds a unique place in the timeline of U.S. coinage. The Lincoln wheat penny series, designed by Victor David Brenner, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1928 penny continued the tradition with its iconic design, featuring Let's take a closer look on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse. On the obverse, we have the enduring image of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty" and the year 1928. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be seen on the shoulder of Lincoln's bust. On the reverse, the wheat ears flank the inscriptions 1 cent in United States of America with the Latin motto E pluribus unum above. This classic design was used from 1909 to 1958 and remains a favorite among collectors. In 1928, these pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced the most, with over 134 million coins, while the Denver and San Francisco mints produced significantly fewer, making the D and S Mint Mark coins more sought after by collectors. 1944 wheat penny. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is a remarkable coin with a rich history. It was minted during a pivotal time in American history, right in the middle of World War II. Due to the war, the U.S. Mint had to make several adjustments to coin production. In 1943, pennies were made of steel to conserve copper for the war effort. However, in 1944, the mint returned to using copper primarily sourced from recycled ammunition shells. This makes the 1944 penny not only a piece of currency but a piece of history. The design of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is iconic. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been a staple since its introduction in 1909. The reverse features 2 wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity, framing the words 1 cent in United States of America. The phrase E pluribus unum also appears at the top. This penny weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 m. It is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that remained standard until 1982. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny was produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Here's a quick rundown of their mintages. Philadelphia over 1 billion coins. Denver approximately 430 million coins. San Francisco about 282 million coins. Because of these large mintages, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is quite common, but certain variations and conditions can significantly affect its value. Now, let's talk about some of the most notable errors and varieties you might come across with the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. One of the most famous is the 1944 steel wheat penny. Due to a minting error, a few steel planches from 1943 were mistakenly struck with the 1944 design. These rare coins can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Another variety to look out for is the 1944 D over S mint mark. This error occurs when a Denver mint mark is stamped over a San Francisco mint mark, creating a unique and valuable coin for collectors. The 45 wheat penny. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during the final days of World War II, a time of significant historical transition. The war had just ended and the nation was shifting its focus to rebuilding and celebrating peace. The design of the coin features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing the country's agricultural heritage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the wheat penny first appeared in 1909 and remained in circulation until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent. The 1945 penny continues to be a popular collectible due to its historical context and distinctive design. Now let's talk about the value. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is not rare in terms of mintage. Over 1 billion were produced across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. However, the coin's value can vary significantly based on its condition. In uncirculated condition or mint state, the 1945 penny can fetch between $1 to $3. In higher grades like MS65, its value can rise to $10 or more. Conversely, a well-worn coin in good condition might only be worth a few cents. Key factors affecting its value include mint mark, wear and tear, and any unique characteristics like errors or variations. Special errors or variations can also increase a coin's value. Look for rare minting errors like double dies or off-center strikes, which can be worth significantly more. If you're unsure about your coin's value, consider consulting with a professional appraiser or a reputable coin dealer. For those looking to add the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny to their collection, here are a few tips. First, always handle coins with care. Use cotton gloves to avoid damaging them. Store your coins in a cool, dry place, preferably in a protective holder. And if you're searching for specific grades or errors, join coin collecting communities online or attend local coin shows. 1946 wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat penny, introduced in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. numismatic history. By 1946, the coin had been around for nearly 4 decades and had seen significant historical events, including the Great Depression and World War II. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in the aftermath of World War II. It's part of the final series of wheat pennies before the design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. This particular coin is a favorite among collectors due to its historical context and relatively straightforward design. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The obverse features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The inscription Liberty is prominently displayed to the left, with the year 1946 below Lincoln's bust. On the reverse side, we see 2 stalks of wheat with the words 1 cent in the center and United States of America around the edges. The wheat stalks symbolize prosperity and abundance, reflecting the post-war optimism of the era. Now let's talk value. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is relatively common compared to other years, which means it is often more affordable. However, its value can vary based on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from good to mint state, and the better the grade, the higher the value. In general, a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny in average circulated condition is worth about 10 to 20 cents. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated or higher grades, its value can range from $1 to $10 or more. Coins with unique errors or minting variations might command even higher prices. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny also serves as a great entry point for new collectors. Its historical significance and relatively low cost make it a valuable addition to any collection. Plus, it represents the end of an era in American coinage. 1951 wheat penny. In 1951, the U.S. Mint was producing these coins during a period of post-war economic prosperity. The penny's design remained relatively unchanged, featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the wheat stalks on the reverse. The design of the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny is typical of the series. On the obverse, we have the bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, "Within God we trust" above, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1951 to the right. The reverse side features 2 stalks of wheat with the words 1 cent in United States of America prominently displayed. One important thing to note is the mint mark. The 1951 pennies were produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The mint mark can be found on the reverse side just below the wheat stalks. Now let's talk about the value. The value of the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny can vary depending on its condition and mint mark. Generally, these pennies are not extremely rare, but certain factors can make them more valuable. In average circulated condition, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny is worth about 5 to 10 cents. Uncirculated or high-grade examples can fetch anywhere from $1 to $10 or more. Coins with the San Francisco mint mark 1951 S are slightly more valuable due to lower mintage numbers. Coins with errors or unique characteristics like double dies or misstrikes can also command higher prices. It's always a good idea to have your coins appraised by a professional if you think you might have something special. If you're looking to add the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny to your collection, here are a few tips. Look for coins in the best possible condition, and consider getting them graded by a professional service to determine their exact value. Keep your coins stored properly in a safe, dry place to prevent damage, and regularly check them for any unique features that might add to their value. 1958 wheat penny. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is particularly significant because it marks the end of this beloved series. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Let's break down what makes this coin special. First, let's talk about mint marks. The 1958 pennies can be found with different mint marks, indicating where they were struck. The Philadelphia Mint produced the majority without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint used a D and the San Francisco Mint used an S. The most common variety is the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny from the Philadelphia Mint. It features a simple but classic design with no special features. However, the San Francisco minted pennies denoted with an S are slightly rarer and can be worth more to collectors. Now let's look at the design. On the obverse, we see President Abraham Lincoln in profile, a tribute to his role as a leader during one of America's most defining periods. The reverse features 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing the nation's agricultural heritage, along with the denomination 1 cent. Value-wise, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny is relatively affordable in average condition. However, its value can increase significantly depending on its grade and mint mark. For example, a coin in mint state 65 condition from the San Francisco Mint can fetch a premium price. On the other hand, coins in lower grades or from the Philadelphia Mint are typically worth less. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Penny's value will vary based on its grade, with uncirculated examples and those with special characteristics being more sought after. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content on coin collecting. Drop a comment below with any questions or to share your own coin discoveries. See you next time. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a significant piece in U.S. coinage history. This coin was minted during the post-World War II era, a time when the United States was experiencing economic growth and prosperity. Let's take a closer look at the key details of this iconic coin. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials VDB are located on the shoulder truncation of Lincoln's bust. The reverse features the classic wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 to 1958, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. The 1953 Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Here are the mintage numbers. Philadelphia approximately 256 million. Denver approximately 700 million. San Francisco approximately 181 million. Collectors often seek out variations in errors that can significantly increase a coin's value. Some of the notable errors for the 1953 Wheat Penny include doubled dies and repunched mint marks. If you come across one of these rarities, you might be holding a much more valuable piece. Now let's talk about the value of the 1953 Wheat Penny. The value of these coins varies based on their condition and rarity. Here's a genial idea. Circulated condition typically worth around 3 to 10 cents. Uncirculated condition can range from $1 to $5. Rare errors or high-grade examples can fetch significantly higher prices, sometimes over $50 or more depending on the specifics. Remember, getting your coin professionally graded by an organization like the PCGS or NGC can provide a more accurate assessment of its value. 1942 Wheat Penny. The year was 1942. The United States was fully immersed in World War II. During this turbulent time, the Lincoln Wheat Penny continued to be a staple in American currency, designed by Victor D. Brenner and first minted in 1909. The Lincoln Wheat Penny honored the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the 1942 penny features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty." In the year 1942, Brenner's initials, VDB, are subtly placed on the shoulder. The reverse side showcases 2 wheat ears flanking the phrases 1 cent in United States of America. The motto "E pluribus unum" is inscribed above. This iconic design symbolizes America's agricultural heritage and strength. In 1942, pennies were produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint coins bear no mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco coins are marked with a D and S respectively. Here are the mintage numbers for each mint. Philadelphia over 657 million coins. Denver over 206 million coins. San Francisco over 85 million coins. Now let's talk about value. The worth of a 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny varies based on its condition and mint mark. A coin in good condition might be worth around 10 to 20 cents, while one in uncirculated condition could fetch anywhere from $1 to $5. However, rare mint errors and particularly high-grade specimens can be worth significantly more. 1952 Wheat Penny. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted during a time of post-war prosperity in the United States. This was an era of significant economic growth, technological advancement, and cultural change. The Lincoln wheat penny itself had been in circulation since 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the 1952 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has remained largely unchanged since its inception. The reverse side showcases the two wheat ears symbolizing agricultural prosperity, flanking the denomination and the words 1 cent. In 1952, the Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint produced the majority of these coins with no mint mark. The Denver mint coins bear a D mint mark, while the San Francisco mint coins are marked with an S. The mintage numbers for 1952 are quite substantial. The Philadelphia mint struck over 186 million pennies. The Denver mint produced around 746 million, and the San Francisco mint minted approximately 137 million. Despite these large numbers, condition and rarity still play a crucial role in determining the coin's value. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny can range in value depending on its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A well-worn, circulated penny might only be worth a few cents, while an uncirculated, high-grade specimen can fetch a higher price. As of now, the value of a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny varies. In circulated condition, these coins typically sell for 10 to 30 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, with a grade of MS65 or higher, they can be worth $5 to $15, or even more, depending on the coin's luster and strike quality. 1945 wheat penny. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was minted during a significant time in American history. The United States was nearing the end of World War II, and the country was gearing up for a post-war era of growth and prosperity. This penny is not just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history. On the obverse of the 1945 penny, we have the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. This design has been a staple of the penny since its introduction in 1909. The date 1945 is prominently displayed to the right of Lincoln's profile. The reverse features 2 stalks of wheat, one on each side, framing the words 1 cent in United States of America. Above these, the Latin phrase e pluribus unum translates to out of many one. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint produced the most, with over 1 billion pennies struck. Denver produced around 266 million, and San Francisco minted about 181 million. You can identify where your penny was minted by looking for a mint mark. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. A small D signifies Denver, and an S indicates San Francisco. Now, let's talk about value. The value of a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny depends on its condition, or grade. In circulated condition, these pennies are generally worth between 5 to 10 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, they can be worth significantly more. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to perfect mint state MS70. Most 1945 pennies you'll come across will be in lower grades due to their age and 1984 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American coinage since its introduction in 1932. The 1984 quarter, part of this long-running series, features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. This iconic design was based on the bust of Washington by sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, with the phrase "In God We Trust" to his left and the date 1984 below. The reverse side of the coin features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows in an olive branch, symbolizing both war and peace. This design remained unchanged from 1932 until 1998, making the 1984 quarter a part of this classic era. In 1984, quarters were minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark for proof coins. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco mint struck proof coins specifically for collectors. The mint mark is located on the obverse side just to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair. When it comes to collecting, condition is key. The value of a 1984 Washington quarter can vary significantly based on its grade. Let's break it down. Circulated coins, those that have been used in everyday transactions, typically have lower values. An average circulated 1984 quarter from Philadelphia or Denver might be worth just its face value of 25 cents, especially if it's in poor condition. However, in higher grades such as extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU, these quarters can be worth a bit more, usually between 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated or mint state MS coins are where collectors find the most value. An MS-65 grade 1984 quarter, for example, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $10 depending on the market. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, which were made specifically for collectors, typically have a higher value due to their limited mintage and superior quality. A 1984 proof quarter in PR65 condition might be valued at around $4 to $8. Coin errors and varieties always add an extra layer of excitement to collecting. For the 1984 Washington quarter, notable errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value. 1997 Washington quarter. The 1997 Washington quarter is part of the Washington quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1997, the quarter had already seen several changes in its design and composition, but it remained a staple of American currency. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features the iconic portrait of George Washington. The reverse, until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, showcased an eagle with outstretched wings. This eagle design was a symbol of strength and freedom, capturing the essence of American spirit. Now, let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 1997 Washington quarter. On the obverse, we have George Washington facing left with the word liberty to his left and the phrase "In God We Trust" below his chin. The year 1997 is inscribed at the bottom. On the reverse, we see the majestic eagle with spread wings clutching arrows in its talons. Below the eagle is a wreath of olive branches symbolizing peace. The words United States of America and $quarter are inscribed around the edge. The 1997 Washington quarter is made of a cupronickel composition with a diameter of 24.26 mm and a weight of 5.67 grams. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced Washington quarters at 3 locations: Philadelphia P, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver Mints struck the quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. Here are the mintage numbers for each mint. Philadelphia 595,860,000. Denver 636,200,000. San Francisco 2,055,649 proof coins. While these numbers are quite high, making the 1997 Washington quarter relatively common, the condition of the coin can significantly affect its value. When it comes to determining the value of a 1997 Washington quarter, the coin's grade is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. Here are some general value ranges based on the coin's condition. 1995 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. The 1995 quarter is no exception, continuing the legacy with its classic design. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1995 Washington quarter features Washington's bust on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse showcases the American bald eagle, symbolizing freedom and strength. 1995 was a notable year in history. The U.S. economy was booming, and the internet was just beginning to reshape the world. Amidst all this, the 1995 Washington quarter was quietly making its way into circulation. Now, let's talk about the mintage. Over 1.2 billion Washington quarters were minted in 1995, with the majority produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The San Francisco Mint struck proof quarters primarily for collectors. Keep an eye out for the mint marks P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Proof quarters from San Francisco are highly sought after due to their limited mintage and exceptional quality. Let's get to the part everyone is waiting for: the value of the 1995 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these quarters are generally worth their face value. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, they can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1995 quarter with a high grade can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to over $20 depending on its condition. Proof quarters, especially those in pristine condition, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching upwards of $50 or more. Don't forget about error coins. The 1995 Washington quarter has its share of interesting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and more. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, making them highly desirable to collectors. 1986 Washington quarter. The 1986 Washington quarter is part of the broader series of Washington quarters minted from 1965 to 1998, which are notable for being composed of a copper nickel clad instead of the earlier silver composition. Now let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side of the coin, we have the familiar profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left is the phrase "In God We Trust." Below Washington's profile, you'll find the date 1986. The reverse side features a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath it. The words United States of America are inscribed at the top and quarter dollars at the bottom. The 1986 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S and are proof coins, made specifically for collectors. The mint mark can be found on the obverse side of the coin just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the value of the 1986 Washington quarter. The value of these coins can vary significantly based on their condition and mint mark. For circulated coins, the value is generally around face value 25 cents, unless the coin is in exceptionally good condition. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in transactions, can be worth more. An uncirculated 1986 quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint can be worth between $1 and $5. Proof coins from San Francisco are more valuable. A proof 1986 Washington quarter can be worth around $5 to $10 depending on its condition and whether it's still in its original packaging. 1990 Washington quarter. The 1990 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series which has seen many changes and commemorations over the years. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front of the 1990 Washington quarter features John Flanagan's iconic portrait of George Washington. Above Washington's head, you'll see the word Liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust." Below the portrait, the date 1990 is prominently displayed. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom. The eagle design remained largely unchanged from its introduction until the State Quarter series began in 1999. The 1990 Washington quarter was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a quick breakdown of the mintage numbers. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 613,792,000. Denver, D mint mark, 927,638,181. San Francisco, S mint mark, proof only, 3,299,559. While these numbers might seem high, the value of a coin depends on its condition and rarity, among other factors. Now let's talk about the value of the 1990 Washington quarter. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins or those with higher grades can fetch higher prices. For instance, a 1990 quarter in MS65 condition, mint state 65, can be worth around $15 to $20. Proof coins, particularly those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued even higher, sometimes reaching up to $10 or more, depending on the market. One aspect that can significantly increase a coin's value is if it has an error. Some known errors for the 1990 quarter include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on incorrect planchets. These error coins can be quite valuable to collectors, sometimes selling for hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and rarity of the error. 1983 Washington quarter. In 1983, the Washington quarter was minted in 2 locations: Philadelphia, represented by a P mint mark, and Denver, represented by a D mint mark. Interestingly, no quarters were produced at the San Francisco Mint for circulation that year, although proof sets were made. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 673,535,000 quarters, while the Denver Mint produced about 617,806,446 quarters. Despite these large numbers, finding high-quality specimens can be challenging. What makes the 1983 Washington quarter particularly interesting to collectors is the relative scarcity of high-grade coins. Due to widespread circulation and less focus on collecting during the early 1980s, many 1983 quarters show significant wear. In terms of value, circulated 1983 quarters are generally worth their face value. However, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch higher prices. As of current year, a high-grade MS65 1983 P quarter can be valued around $30 to $50, while an MS65 1983 D quarter might be worth $20 to $40. Proof coins from 1983, especially those with cameo or deep cameo finishes, can be valued even higher. Like many coins, the 1983 Washington quarter has its share of interesting varieties and errors. One notable variety is the 1983 P double die reverse, where doubling can be seen on the eagle's feathers and other details. These errors are quite rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Other errors to look out for include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on improperly prepared planchets. If you come across a 1983 quarter with any of these characteristics, it might be worth a closer look. For those looking to add a 1983 Washington quarter to their collection, here are a few tips. check the condition, look for coins with minimal wear, strong luster, and sharp details. Consider getting your coins graded by a professional service, especially if you believe they are in mint state condition. Be aware of key varieties and errors that could increase your coin's value. Use reliable reference materials and stay updated on current market values. 1981 Washington Quarter. The Washington quarter dollar coin has been a staple of U.S. currency since its introduction in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring a profile of the first U.S. president, was created by sculptor John Flanagan. The 1981 Washington quarter, like its predecessors, carries this iconic design, but let's delve deeper into what makes this particular year special. On the obverse side of the 1981 Washington quarter, we see the familiar bust of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left, the phrase "In God We Trust" below Washington's neck. You'll find the year 1981. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows. Below the eagle, there's an olive branch symbolizing peace. The inscriptions "United States of America" in quarter dollar encircle the eagle. This design, also by John Flanagan, has been a defining feature of the Washington quarter. In 1981, Washington quarters were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the business strike coins, while the San Francisco mint struck the proof coins. Let's take a closer look at the mintage numbers. Philadelphia minted approximately 601.9 million quarters, Denver produced around 575.7 million, and San Francisco struck about 4 million proof coins. These numbers give us an idea of the coin's availability and rarity. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value. The value of a 1981 Washington quarter varies based on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated and proof coins can be more valuable. For uncirculated coins, those graded MS65 can fetch around $5 to $10, while higher grades like MS67 can go for $50 or more. Proof coins, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can be valued at $5 to $20 or higher, depending on their condition and the current market demand. 1974 Washington Quarter. The 1974 Washington Quarter is a significant piece of American coinage, minted during a time of economic and political change. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1974 edition continued this tradition, featuring the same classic design that collectors have come to love. The obverse of the 1974 Washington Quarter showcases the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction. The reverse side features the majestic image of the American bald eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The 1974 Washington Quarter was produced at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark. Those from Denver have a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins feature an NS. The total mintage for 1974 was substantial, with millions of coins produced across all 3 mints. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1974 Washington Quarter. Like most coins, the value depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with a high grade, can be worth significantly more. For example, a 1974 quarter in MS65 condition, which means it has no signs of wear and retains its original luster, can be worth around $5 to $10. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially those in pristine condition, can fetch even higher prices, sometimes exceeding $20. 1980 Washington Quarter. Let's start with the basics. The 1980 Washington Quarter features the familiar design by John Flanagan, which has been a staple since 1932. The obverse depicts a portrait of George Washington, while the reverse showcases a bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching an olive branch. In 1980, the Washington Quarter was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced a substantial number of quarters, but the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the bulk of the coins. Now let's talk about value. The 1980 Washington Quarter is generally considered a common coin. However, its value can vary based on its condition and mint mark. Here's a breakdown of the approximate values you can expect. Uncirculated condition in mint state grades, such as MS60 to MS65, the 1980 quarter typically ranges from $1 to $3. Proof coins: the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1980 quarter, which can be more valuable. In high-grade proof condition, these can range from $2 to $6. The 1980 Washington Quarter is a great coin for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Its widespread production means it's relatively easy to find, but that doesn't make it any less interesting. It's a piece of American history that represents a stable period in U.S. coinage. Remember, the value of any coin can fluctuate based on market demand and the condition of the coin. If you're considering adding a 1980 Washington quarter to your collection, check for any unique features or high-grade examples that might increase its value. 1985 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a staple in American currency. The 1985 Washington quarter, part of this long-running series, was minted in a time of economic stability and is a reflection of its era. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington. John Flanagan's depiction shows Washington facing left, with the word Liberty above and the year 1985 below. The motto, "In God We Trust," is to the left of Washington's profile. On the reverse, we see the iconic eagle with outstretched wings holding arrows and an olive branch. Above the eagle, United States of America is inscribed, and below the denomination quarter dollar. The phrase "E pluribus unum" is centered above the eagle. The 1985 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produce coins for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins specifically for collectors. The total mintage for 1985 was quite high, with over 1.4 billion quarters minted in Philadelphia and over 500 million in Denver. Proof coins from San Francisco are much rarer, with a mintage of just over 3 million. Now let's talk about value. The value of a 1985 Washington quarter largely depends on its condition and mint mark. Circulated coins are generally worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins or those with higher grades can fetch higher prices. For instance, a mint state MS65 grade quarter from Philadelphia or Denver can be worth around $10. Proof coins from San Francisco can range from $5 to $10 depending on their condition. 1993 Washington quarter. In 1993, the Washington quarter continued its long-standing design tradition. This year didn't mark any significant changes in design or composition, but it remains an important piece for collectors due to its place in the broader history of U.S. coinage. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse or front side features the familiar bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Below Washington's neck is the year of minting, 1993. You'll also find the word Liberty above Washington's head and the national motto, "In God We Trust," to his left. On the reverse side, we see the iconic image of the bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing war and peace. This design, also by Flanagan, has been a constant on the quarter since its inception, with only a few exceptions for special commemorative issues. The 1993 Washington quarter was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint mark by looking just above the date on the obverse side. The quarters from Philadelphia have no mint mark, those from Denver have a D, and quarters from San Francisco bear an S. Now let's talk about the coin specifications. The 1993 Washington quarter is composed of a clad mixture of copper-nickel alloy over a pure copper core. It has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. When it comes to value, several factors come into play: the coin's condition, its mint mark, and its rarity. Most 1993 quarters in circulated condition are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, those in uncirculated or mint state can be worth more. 1983 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1983 Washington quarter is part of this long-running series and holds particular interest for collectors. On the obverse side, we have the iconic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. This design has been a constant on the quarter for many decades. Above Washington's head, you'll see the word Liberty, and to the left, the famous motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom, the date 1983 is prominently displayed. Turning to the reverse side, we find the majestic bald eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch in its talons, symbolizing both strength and peace. Above the eagle, the words "United States of America" are curved along the top, and below the denomination quarter dollar is inscribed. The reverse design was also created by John Flanagan and has been a symbol of American pride. Now let's delve into the historical context of the 1983 quarter. The 1980s were a significant decade for the United States, marked by economic changes, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. The 1983 quarter reflects the resilience and continuity of the American spirit during this era. When it comes to the 1983 Washington quarter, there are a few key factors to consider for collectors. First, let's talk about mint marks. In 1983, quarters were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Quarters from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver bear a D mint mark. Additionally, there are no proof versions of this coin for this year. Condition is crucial in determining the value of any coin. The 1983 quarter can range from circulated conditions, often found in pocket change, to uncirculated or even high-grade examples. A coin in average circulated condition is worth face value, but uncirculated or high-grade specimens can be worth significantly more. 1996 Washington quarter. The design has seen various changes over the years, but the 1996 quarter remains a popular coin among collectors. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, featuring a portrait of George Washington on the obverse designed by John Flanagan. The reverse initially depicted an eagle with outstretched wings. This design was used until the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1996 quarter retains Flanagan's classic design. On the obverse, we see the familiar profile of George Washington. The reverse features the traditional eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom in the United States. Now, let's talk specifics. The 1996 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify where your coin was minted by looking for the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Denver coins have a D and San Francisco coins have an S. In terms of composition, the 1996 quarter is made of a copper nickel clad with a core of pure copper and an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Mintage numbers for the 1996 quarters are as follows. Philadelphia minted approximately 925 million quarters, Denver produced around 906 million, and San Francisco struck about 2 million proof coins. These numbers give us an idea of the coin's availability. But what about value? The 1996 Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth its face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins and proof coins can be worth more. An uncirculated coin from Philadelphia or Denver can fetch anywhere from $1 to $3 depending on its condition. Proof coins from San Francisco are typically valued between $2 and $5. For higher grades, such as MS65 and above, the value can increase significantly. An MS65 graded 1996 quarter might be worth around $10 to $15. Of course, values can fluctuate based on the coin market and the specific coin's condition. 1980 Washington quarter. Now let's focus on the 1980 Washington quarter. This coin was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D mint mark, and San Francisco S mint mark for proof coins. In 1980, the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the quarters for general circulation, while the San Francisco mint struck them in proof condition for collectors. The obverse of the 1980 quarter features a right-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, with the word liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1980 below. The reverse showcases the iconic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar surround the eagle, emphasizing the coin's denomination and origin. In terms of mintage, the Philadelphia mint produced approximately 635 million quarters in 1980, while the Denver mint struck around 518 million. The San Francisco mint produced about 3.5 million proof quarters. Given these high mintage numbers, the 1980 Washington quarter is relatively common, especially those from Philadelphia and Denver. When it comes to determining the value of your 1980 quarter, the coin's condition or grade plays a crucial role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation and less wear. For example, a coin in good condition may show significant wear, while one in mint state MS condition will have no signs of wear and retain its original luster. As of now, a 1980 Washington quarter in average circulated condition is worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you have a quarter in uncirculated or near perfect condition, it can be worth significantly more. A mint state 65 MS65 coin from Philadelphia or Denver can fetch between $5 and $10, while a proof coin from San Francisco in perfect condition PR70 might be valued around $10 to $20. Keep an eye out for any special varieties or errors, as these can drastically increase the coin's value. For instance, off-center strikes, double dies, or coins with unique planchet errors are highly sought after by collectors and can command a premium price. 1989 Washington quarter. The 1989 Washington quarter is part of this long-standing series. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, these coins were made primarily for circulation, though the San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions for collectors. Let's talk mint marks. You'll find the P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco on these quarters. Each mint mark adds a unique touch to the coin, with the S mint mark being especially sought after in proof sets. On the obverse, we have the familiar profile of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, and the national motto "In God We Trust" is to his left. The reverse side features a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing the country's readiness for war and desire for peace. This design remained consistent from 1932 until the introduction of the state quarters in 1999. Now, let's get into the value of the 1989 Washington quarter. Most circulated quarters are worth just their face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins and proof versions can fetch higher prices. A 1989 quarter in uncirculated condition graded MS65 by the professional coin grading service PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC can be worth around $5 to $10. Proof coins, especially those with a deep cameo contrast, can be valued between $10 and $20 or more, depending on their condition. 1987 Washington quarter. The 1987 Washington quarter features the same classic design that has been used since its inception. On the obverse, we have the portrait of George Washington, with the inscriptions "Liberty in God We Trust" in the mint year 1987. The reverse showcases the majestic bald eagle with the inscriptions "United States of America E Pluribus Unum" and quarter dollar. Composition 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.3 mm. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia and Denver quarters were struck for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. In total, over 1 billion quarters were minted in 1987, making it a common year for this series. When it comes to value, condition is key. Circulated 1987 quarters typically hold a value close to their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated or mint state coins can fetch a higher price, often ranging from $1 to $5 depending on their grade. Proof coins, especially those in pristine condition, can be valued between $3 to $10. If you're looking to add a 1987 Washington quarter to your collection, here are a few tips. Condition: look for coins with minimal wear and strong details. Proof coins: San Francisco proof coins are a great addition for collectors. Storage: keep your coins in protective holders to maintain their condition and value. 1974 Washington quarter. The obverse of the 1974 Washington quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Washington's profile is accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year of mintage, 1974. The reverse showcases the American bald eagle, also designed by Flanagan, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath it. The inscriptions "United States of America" and quarter dollar complete the design. The 1974 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint by looking at the mint mark on the coin's obverse side, right next to the ribbon in Washington's hair. Quarters minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark. Quarters from Denver feature a D mint mark. Quarters from San Francisco bear an S mint mark. In total, over 800 million quarters were produced in 1974, making it a common year for this coin series. Now let's talk about the value of the 1974 Washington quarter. The value depends on the coin's condition and rarity. Here are some key points to consider. Circulated coins. Most 1974 quarters you find in circulation are worth their face value, 25 cents. However, quarters in better condition can fetch a bit more, usually around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated coins. Uncirculated quarters, especially those with no wear and tear, can be worth significantly more. These coins might sell for $3 to $5 or more, depending on their condition. The San Francisco Mint produced proof quarters in 1974, which are highly sought after by collectors. These coins, featuring a mirror-like finish and sharp details, can range from $5 to $10 or higher, depending on their grade. Always keep an eye out for error coins, such as those with double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. These can be exceptionally valuable, sometimes worth hundreds of dollars. If you're looking to add a 1974 Washington quarter to your collection, here are a few tips. Inspect the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for any signs of wear, damage, or unique errors. Keep your coins in a dry, temperature-controlled environment to prevent tarnishing. Consider using coin holders or albums for safe storage. Keep up with coin collecting guides and market trends to understand the value fluctuations and rarity of specific coins. The 1974 Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the history and value of these coins adds depth to your collection. Commonly known as the Lincoln penny, features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been in use since 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Victor David Brenner was an accomplished sculptor and medalist. His initials, VDB, can be found on the lower shoulder of Lincoln's bust on some of the earlier pennies, but not on the 1973 issue. The reverse side of the 1973 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny depiction of the statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. The 1973 Lincoln penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it a distinct reddish-brown color. This composition was used for most pennies from 1959 to 1982, before the mint switched to a primarily zinc composition due to rising copper prices. In 1973, these pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The total mintage for that year was over 3.7 billion pennies, making it a relatively common coin. While the 1973 penny is common, there are some variations and errors that can make certain coins more valuable to collectors. For instance, the 1973 S-proof penny is sought after by collectors for its sharp details and mirror-like finish. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks can also add to the value of a 1973 penny. These errors are relatively rare, so finding one can be quite exciting. In terms of value, a regular 1973 penny in circulated condition is worth about its face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated or proof coins can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1973 penny can fetch around $0.30 to $1, while a proof coin can be worth $1 to $5 or more, depending on its condition. The 1973 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while Denver coins have a D and San Francisco coins have an S. Philadelphia produced approximately 3.7 billion coins, Denver around 3.5 billion, and San Francisco about 319 million proof coins. Proof coins from San Francisco are often more sought after by collectors due to their higher quality and limited mintage. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, determining the value of your 1973 Lincoln cent. Several factors come into play, including condition, mint mark, and any unique errors or varieties. Finally, errors and varieties can boost a coin's value considerably. Look out for coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or other unique errors. These can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s. 1979 1 cent. The 1979 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This series is the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, and the 1979 penny is a part of this rich legacy. The Lincoln cent was first introduced with the famous wheat ear reverse designed by Victor David Brenner. In 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1979 penny, like others from 1959 to 2008, features this Lincoln Memorial design. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and just below the motto E pluribus unum at the bottom, you'll find the denomination 1 cent. Let's take a closer look at the design details. The obverse or front of the coin features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. In 1979, pennies were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark can be found just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. D stands for Denver and S for San Francisco. Now let's talk about the current market value of the 1979 1 cent coin. The value of these coins can vary based on their condition and rarity. For instance, a typical circulated 1979 penny is generally worth its face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins or those in mint condition can be worth more. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1979 penny. For most circulated 1979 pennies, the value is typically just face value, or 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins and those with certain errors or unique characteristics can be worth more to collectors. Uncirculated 1979 pennies, especially those with a high grade from a professional grading service, can be worth anywhere from a few cents to several dollars. For example, a 1979 penny graded MS65 by the Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC might be valued at around $5 to $10. Error coins are where things get really interesting. Some 1979 pennies have been found with striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. These error coins can be quite valuable depending on the severity and rarity of the error. 1974 1 cent. The 1974 D penny was minted during a time of significant economic and social change in the United States. The D mint mark signifies that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major mints in the country. The Denver Mint has been an essential part of U.S. coin production since 1906, and in 1974, it was churning out millions of pennies to meet the demands of everyday commerce. On the obverse of the 1974 D penny, you'll find the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. This design has been in use since 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that was first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny representation of the statue of Lincoln within the memorial. The 1974 D penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that was standard until 1982. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weighs 3.11 grams. The 1974 D Lincoln cent features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Key features to look out for include the D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. The condition of the coin is crucial in determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved with minimal wear, sharp details, and a strong strike are highly sought after. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 1974 D Lincoln cent in average circulated condition is generally worth its face value, but uncirculated coins can be worth significantly more. Now let's talk value. While the 1974 D penny is common in circulation, its value can vary based on its condition. In general, circulated examples are worth face value, but uncirculated or higher grade specimens can be worth more to collectors. A typical uncirculated 1974 D penny can be worth around 30 cents to $1 depending on its grade. Higher grades, such as those certified as MS65 or higher, can fetch even more, sometimes reaching up to $5 or more. One exciting aspect of coin collecting is hunting for errors and variations. Some 1974 D pennies have notable errors such as double dies or off-center strikes, which can significantly increase their value. These errors are relatively rare but can be worth much more to the right collector. Thanks for watching.